Who want a ticket straight to them pearly gates?
Someone in the YouTube chat had a very good idea of what stage is my favorite. And I thought, what best way to explain this by doing a tier list with every stage. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to talk about each stage, why I like it and dislike it and etc. And we'll just go in order, right? This stage is probably my favorite stage. I like the color of it. Like if we bring it back down here for a second, look at the color of it and how it stands out. I like the orange and the black and the darkness, and it's like contrasting. It looks like an evil stage. It looks like a violent stage. I love that. Ignore the visuals of it and just talk about the explosions on the sides. I love the bonus damage that you get, and I knew players they hate the stage a lot because you get the bonus damage, but bro, I like it. I like the idea of getting more on occasion. And when they nerfed the bonus damage of the wall back in June or something like that, I was very disappointed. I think it should do more damage, and I think it should reset every stage. No, I'm just playing. That'd be crazy if it reset it every round. But I do like the idea of this stage. It's a very good stage in my opinion, and it's a decent size as well. Now, Arena is okay. I want to put it in C tier for now. I think this stage is okay, like the shape, the size. But what I dislike about the Arena stages, and this goes for Tekken 7 as well, kind of Tag 2, but not so much. But basically, the arenas are supposed to be stadiums, and I don't really get that. I don't really get, like, this is a stadium and everyone's watching. Like, this one is better than 7. I would like more out of this stage, but it's a good, solid stage. It doesn't do anything too bad or anything too good. It's just very average, right? Coliseum is definitely one of my favorite stages in the game as well. I think a lot of people dislike this stage. I think a lot of people do not like this stage. For me personally, I like it. It's bright. It's, a very iconic place, right? The Roman Coliseum, that's legendary. So I like that idea. I like the brightness of it. I like the bigness of it. You usually won't hit the wall unless there's a Yoshimitsu, a Dragunov, or like a Heihachi or something involved. But yeah, this stage is definitely one of my favorites as well. At the start of the game, I didn't like Fallen Destiny that much, but as time goes on, it's quickly becoming a favorite of mine. Yeah, I'll put it A tier. It's definitely growing on me. At the start of the game, it really was like kind of mid, but now it's kind of grown on me. I'll put it in A tier. One criticism about this stage, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but Harada said when marketing the game that sometimes you'll get tornadoes, sometimes you'll get rain, and then sometimes you'll get the ship breaking apart. What happened in the actual game is all three things is just happening simultaneously. And I wonder if that's because the game was taking too much processing power. Because there's another, where's the stage at? This stage, Midnight Siege, this game causes a lot of stuttering for PC players. So I wonder if when they did this stage, if that was causing stuttering, the game doing the random tornadoes and stuff. That could be the reason why they stopped it, right? Secluded Training Ground. Definitely one of my favorite stages as well. I like the multiple wall breaks, but also just the design of it. It has the Mishima Dojo feel that we all love. But it put a little twist on it with the breakable walls. I like how you could not break the wall, but you could destroy the wall on the player 2 side, and you could see the outside. That's fire, bro. I love that. I like orange, like fire, like stages. Like, I don't know, I like that color to it, right? Urban Square, I like the sun on this one. You gotta say S tier just because the visuals of it. You can also compare this to Street Fighter's New York stage and how Tekken 8 is just so superior. Think about that. Both of Tekken 8 and Street Fighter both have their games set in New York City. And Tekken 8 did a way better job in its depiction of New York City, in my opinion. Just the level of detail they were able to get out in this stage is insane, bro. Definitely an S tier stage. Now, Urban Square, not as hype in my opinion. It's still same thing as this one, all the technical marvels and stuff like that. I just think the daytime looks way better than evening. I don't know if I ever said this, but I like bright stages. Something that I get very sick of in fighting games, and this is not just Tekken, this is all fighting games, but I get sick of these stages that's like dark and dirty. If you're gonna be dark, you gotta be fire. And so I like the bright stages. Bright stages, easy W. Now this one, I want to put it higher because the music in this stage is probably the best music in the whole game. I'll put it here. But this stage it's okay. Like, I love the Eiffel Tower in the background. I love the idea of the boat. I just don't know if I would say it's my favorite stage. Like, in terms of gameplay, I kind of want to move it back. I don't like Secluded Training Ground being so far. I'll do that. Okay, this stage. This is the only stage in the game that has 3 floors. I don't necessarily like the top floor. I just don't like the look of it. The purples and the blues doesn't really like feel well on my eyes, like on my soul. I just not a fan of the blues and purples. But I do like the 3 levels. I do like the bottom sand area a lot. Once again, bright, big desert. I love that. The middle area is cool as well. I'll put this one up in A. It's an A definitely. I don't remember the music of this stage though. You know, I did a poll when Tekken 8 first came out of all of these stages, and I was saying which stage is your favorite, and I believe this stage ended up winning the whole entire thing. So I think this is voted to be, at least by the people who watch my channel, to be the best stage in the game. Ortiz Farm, I love this stage. I love the music. I know a lot of people dislike the music here. I love the music. If this stage was broken up into 3, that bottom area with all of the exploding walls would be my favorite part in the whole game. I love the chaos. I'm a Yoshi main. Chaos. I like the aliens and stuff that's in there as well. It's a lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of like Easter eggs, good gameplay, good space, good variety. This stage has it all in my opinion. Rebel Hangar's decent. There's nothing bad I could say about it. There's nothing good I could say about it. It's just a stage that's very solid. It's a very solid stage, which is why it's a B. Sanctum, once again, great music, great design. I think this stage is the stage that I perform the best on for whatever reason. I don't know why I perform so well on the stage. I do incredible on the stage. The hard wall break is also incredible. I think this is the first stage we're talking about that has that hard wall. So you can splat someone against the wall, it crumbles, and then you hit them again and they break. Certain characters like Yoshimitsu, Brian Fury, there's a few characters who could break it all in one go. I like the idea where like so your opponent can splat you against the wall and choose not to break it because they want to go for Oki or something. But then like you will get the advantage and guess right on their Oki, somehow get their back to that same wall, whether it be the same round or the next round, and then put them through it. Elegant Palace, I love this stage a lot. I love the visual designs. I love the hard wall break. I love the balcony break. So you have a hard wall break and then you have a balcony break immediately after. And I love the unique gameplay design of the stage, and also the visuals is incredible, right? This is one of the best looking stages in my opinion. I love it. But the music in this stage, I cannot stand it. I changed it like the first week the game came out, and it is bad. I haven't heard it in quite some time, and I honestly don't want to hear it. And for that reason, I don't think I could put it any higher. Yakushima, very good stage. I love the size, I love the brightness, I love the water, I love the forest, I love the nature, I love the sun rays. I love how it's uneven. We talk about uneven surfaces in Tekken 4, but this has uneven surfaces as well. You kind of don't notice it because the game doesn't emphasize it that much. But when you're standing on the dirt, you're standing higher. When you're standing in the water, you're like actually standing in the water. And that's cool how they were able to do that without affecting gameplay, right? Because that was something that kind of made Tekken 4 kind of painful. That's at least what Harada said when he received player feedbacks of Tekken 4, right? And also, this is like the default stage that a lot of people like practice on. Like if you see Twitter gameplay of people like complaining about balance, it's usually on this stage, right? So this stage has like a certain level of importance, and the music is pretty fire as well. Now, where would I place this stage? I don't think I could put it in S plus or in S, but I will definitely put it in top of A. Into the Stratosphere is another favorite stage of mine. This stage is just so fun. The only thing about this stage that I dislike is that the explodable floor doesn't happen more often. When Tekken 8 was being like promoted and whatnot before it released, there was a couple of ideas for stages that I had. I said they should do a stage in Italy, in New York, and one on the moon. And now, even though this is on like a part of the Earth that flew up into space, I don't know if that counts as an asteroid or not. It's not necessarily the moon, but it has the same effect, right? You see the Earth in the background, and that's exactly what I wanted to capture. I thought something like that would look amazing, and they did that perfectly in this stage. That's a good stage. Midnight Siege. It's a very, very good stage. I'll try to put a clip of this in the video, but when you blow up the wall, it hits the helicopter, and the helicopter flies and hit a tower in the back, and that tower falls over. And this is one of the only stages that does this type of thing. And also at the start of the video, when I was talking about how this stage causes PC players to lag. That's why. It's rendering that explosion and all of that stuff. It's a very basic stage, but it does a very good job at being basic. Seaside Resort, probably my favorite stage in the game. I love the size of it. I would want more stages to be this size. Like in Rebel Hangar. Rebel Hangar, if anyone launches anyone, you're gonna hit a wall, right? And I feel like, you know, when the walls are so powerful in this game, for you to always be at the wall, I feel like that's very distracting from the gameplay that we are trying to achieve with, you know, spacing and footsies and keep out. When you're at the wall, you're in danger. So I like that this stage doesn't put you in that situation all the time, but the wall is just far enough to where it's there and you have to be mindful of it. And also free. We love free. Gimanji's Temple, Heihachi's stage. I didn't purchase this stage, but the good thing about fighting games is that you don't need to buy the stage to play on it. I wish there was more there in terms of gameplay, especially since they're charging $5. I would like for like an explodable wall or explodable floor or something to charge for it, and it'd be like basically a generic hexagon or octagon. But so for that reason, I'll put it low because the price tag attached to it, you're not getting your money's worth. But other than that, like, it's a beautiful stage. The music is good. It's very different from all the other stages. It's just lacking the gameplay that comes with the $5 price tag, right? Oh, and here's the other one as well. This is the daytime. I forgot these are separate, huh? Phoenix Gate, the new stage. This is one of the only stages where I feel like being on the player 2 side is a disadvantage. So you see how player 1's here, player 2's here. When you're player 2, your camera will be faced this way. Now look at how close you are to the wall versus player 1. So player 1 could see perfectly fine how far they are away from this wall. Meanwhile, player 2 cannot. So that is one of the only stages in the game that does that, where you have an advantage by how much information you can see. Other than that, this stage is definitely one of the best stages in the whole game. I kind of want to say the best stage in the whole game, but maybe not. Maybe I can't put it that high because the disadvantage to player 2. That definitely affects competitive integrity. But I do love the explosion on the side. I do love the cinematic cutscenes of the two dragons fighting each other. I don't know their names. I'm not a Final Fantasy nerd. No, I'm just playing. It's a really cool thing, and I wish more stages did stuff like that. And this is what I was talking about Gimanji's Temple. This stage comes with a $5 price tag, but it does nothing. But I like how this one has the two dragons. It has the explosion. It has the unique angle of it, but also I like the infinite that it has at the end. It's like the Coliseum, but better. The Coliseum is a large circle where you get a lot of space to move around, do cool combos and stuff, but it also has a floor blast in the middle of it. Holy smokes, is that a great stage with a great idea. It is so fire, like doing a combo, doing all these, like, you know, setups, and then boom, floor blast to extend it for a little bit longer. That's a very good gameplay design. I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. I kind of want to put Coliseum like that. I kind of want to put Secluded Training Ground up a little bit more like that. Urban Square, I guess I'll take it down. There is some things that I can move around, but generally this is how I think I would break it down. I'm going to add this to the Tekken 8 video, so this will be like tacked on to the end just because. But this is Street Fighter tier list ranked. But also about Street Fighter is that their stages are so unimportant that the stages that player 1 see in the background is different from the stage that player 2 can see in the background. It's basically wallpaper. The worst part about Street Fighter is the stages and the music. Everything else, phenomenal. And it's crazy that they dropped the ball so hard when it comes to music. It's crazy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of those songs will be iconic. I just don't.